Time to play the game! Like, oh shit, did that look cool too?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shit, bro. Welcome everybody to the One Shot Curves podcast. I'm your host, the hardcore icon, Brent Scott Noon, with your co-host, the King of Boxall, Jojo Balbano.
What is up, good brother?
Oh, not much. Just got off work and just got done watching Summerslam 2002.
What a show, man! Seriously, this was one of the best, one of the best SummerSlams
of all time.
Yeah, that I can remember. Honestly, one of the best ever. Like, we're gonna jump right into it, good brother. Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, 1-on-1. What did you think?
First off, this match, out of all the matches, this match was only given 10 minutes. It was the opener on the show, Rey Mysterio's very first WWE pay-per-view. And it was against the Olympic gold medalist, who at this time in 2002 was OP as fuck, Kurt Angle. And fucking Rey Mysterio didn't even come down the entranceway. He jumped on fucking Kurt from the back, and then fucking Kurt Angle like almost got him in the ankle lock, and then he did in like 2 minutes. And he showed fucking Rey he could make him tap out at any second in that ankle lock, just like that. And then fucking Rey would come back bouncing off of shit, whooping his ass. Fucking Rey was going for the 619. Kurt fucking dodged it. And then fucking got him to tap out at the end. And then all you hear is, but na, you suck.
But, like, seriously, man, this was a great opener to start SummerSlam. And, like, Kurt Angle is one of the best to ever do it. And Rey Mysterio is one of the best to ever do it. Like,
but think about that, bro. 10 minutes. That was it.
I would have done at least 15, but I'm not going to complain with 10 because they did a really good match for 10 minutes. Because this is a way to open the show. Like, these two guys went at it, and Kurt Angle taps out one of the best ever.
What do you think we would have got if the match could have got just another 10 more minutes, 20 minutes?
Probably a lot more explosive moves, maybe a miss 1-9.
Like, bro, you know as well as I. Oh, bro, I'm sorry. But if they would have gave that match 10 more minutes, they would have tore the roof off the fucking place.
I agree, man. Because these two guys work so good together. Like, Kurt Angle almost got 619, and then, like you said, tapped him out, and he got him the first time he almost got him. The second time he did get him, and he tapped out, bro. It was crazy.
I thought it was kind of cool how fucking Kurt Angle fucking went to go German suplex Rey. Rey gets behind him, tries to German suplex Kurt, and then fucking Kurt ends up German suplexing Rey.
Yeah, it was like I said, this was a really good way to start the show. For 10 minutes, I'll take it. It was a really good match, and Kurt Angle won with submission. Can't complain much. It does suck that Rey lost his first pay-per-view, like you said.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the only thing that kind of sucks. And I think for a lot of us as fans nowadays, if that were to happen, and I'm just being honest, you know, a lot of us would be like, "Oh, his push is over," blah 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 blah. And it's like, well, now hold up, you know what I mean? Like, you just lost at SummerSlam, but you just had a 10-minute little banger with one of the best of all time.
It really depends what you do after they lose. If you lose and then you continue to lose, yeah, it's hard to get behind you. But if you lose and then something good happens, then you can't really complain.
I agree. And then, next match on the card.
Chris Jericho versus the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
So I'm gonna be real. This is there's only 2 matches on this whole pay-per-view I don't give a fuck for. This is one, despite who's in it. I know Chris and Rick are 2 of my favorites. I just did not care for this match. I thought it was all right. Then it's the tag match as well that I didn't like. So when I was watching it back today, you know, like, I didn't hate it, but at the same time, I just kind of skipped over it, and I ended up going into Edge versus Eddie rather than watching Chris versus Rick.
I did like the Ric Flair tapped out Chris Jericho. 2 submissions to start this show.
I agree, but yeah, look, I just think I love Rick, but I just think that Chris should have got the tap out there. Like he should have made Rick tap out.
Fair. I would have been fine with that either way. But we did have a Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman segment where Paul was telling Brock to just beat the crap out of his opponent, The Rock, and he needs to take his championship. He needs to take everything from him because Brock's a
Stick it
youngster.
straight up his can in the ass.
Brock Lesnar is a youngster at this time, so Paul Heyman wants him to be the next big thing.
And so there's actually a story about Brock Lesnar that I always like from Matt Hardy. Before he won the WWE title the first time, Brock Lesnar was sweet as could be, very humble, very graceful in the ring, and very giving, you know what I mean? He'd do anything to make something look good. And then after he won the title, one, I think it's a part of being a young man, and two, I just think it's a part of who Brock Lesnar is. He started to act like his shit don't stink. And he wasn't the same kind of caring, giving person with some guys as he was prior to winning the title. And it kind of reminds me, and I don't know if this was just a thing around the time, but Randy Orton as well. Randy Orton, very good kid, very great in the ring. But when he won the title, man, he was a dick.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And do you think, like, when you see a young champion go over, do you think there's almost a limit as to too young to win the title? Because Randy was 24. I think Brock was, 25, 23?
I don't think that's a bad age to win the title. I think from 24 to 25 is fine, but don't go any younger. Like, Austin Theory, to me, should not be holding the world championship or even, like, with the U.S. championship, he's doing nothing with it.
I agree, but at least then, because he's Austin Theory's 20. He's probably about my age, 22, 23.
Yeah, so I just, when they gave him the Money in the Bank, man, I felt like it was way, way, way too soon for this man.
And that's what I thought, because, look, Jeff, let's go to him. He's been in the business since he was 16. He's now well into the mid part of his 40s now. And, if you look from 16 to probably about 23, 24, he didn't really get exposed. It wasn't to the end of the 90s that the Hardys really started showing what they could do. And he had been there since 1991, 1992. So, I've always believed that you kind of got to deal with some bullshit. You got to lose a lot and build your character over time, rebuild your character. As a young wrestler, that's what you do to pay your dues, essentially. Then, once you paid your dues, then we can look at, you winning the title and shit.
True. Fair. But now we get into Eddie Guerrero versus Edge. Now, this is where it gets good.
Fantastic. So, I'm going to say this. If there wasn't, if RVD versus Benoit and Triple H versus Shawn was not on this card, this could have been match of the night. And it's crazy. Look, y'all, this is everything you got in one card. Ray versus Kurt, fucking Rick versus Chris, Edge versus Eddie, fucking Triple H versus Shawn, The Rock versus Lesnar. And
look at all that talent. Seriously,
right.
All that in one show.
And each match was actually ever than the tag match. The tag match was the worst. It was pretty good.
I don't know why that was on there.
But other than that, if you skip that, it was really good.
But bro, I want your honest thoughts. Eddie Guerrero, Edge in that ring. Like your honest thoughts, what you thought about it.
So first thing, if it wasn't for Chris and RVD and Shawn and Triple H, this would have been match of the night. And two, these two had chemistry, bro. Every fucking match, and I've seen them all. The ladder matches, the regular matches, Raw, pay-per-views, SmackDowns. Every time these two stepped in the ring with each other, it was fucking gold. And it's kind of crazy that, unfortunately, Eddie passed away before the Rated R Superstar Edge got big, because I think like a 2005 Latino Heat versus a 2006 Edge when he was
Ooh,
really at the top of his game. Yeah,
that would have
that
been great.
it would have been special, bro. It really would have. Or like, here's another one for you. I know it happened on the Indies, but imagine WWE, Eddie versus CM Punk.
Ooh, take my
Mm,
money on that, man. But like,
And but as I'm watching this match, like fucking, they're just throwing, whipping each other around. Fucking Eddie was whipping Edge's ass for a lot of the match, and fucking I would almost say Eddie's ego got in the way and cost him, because fucking he had the match won at least 2 or 3 times with the frog splash, but he wasn't going for the pin. He was too busy taunting and flaunting and kind of fucking
that
around.
spear though, that spear was so clean, bro. When he speared him, boom, one,
Dude, that shit was
two,
heavy.
three, and it was over, and it was no kicking out. But what a match! Like,
But the
holy
way
shit.
Eddie sold that spear too, it looked like it killed him.
But see, that's what I mean. I look at selling too. I don't just look at the matches. When people can sell moves, that's the best part. Like Dolph Ziggler, jeez, the dude's
But
great.
it is the best part because it makes the match look really good. But here's the problem, and it happened to Soul Man Rocky Johnson, The Rock's dad, and it happened to Dolph Ziggler, and a few others. Sometimes when you're so good at selling and making other guys look good, you get put into that spot just simply because you're reliable.
You're
Un-
good at it.
exactly. And fucking so that's what's hindered the career of Dolph Ziggler. And that's what hindered the career of Soul Man Rocky Johnson. And that's why like you want to look good, of course, on your selling, but you don't ever want to look too good. You know what I mean?
I agree on that. I agree. But now we get to talk about one of my favorite matches of the night, the Intercontinental Championship. Rob
The
Van Dam versus the Wolverine,
Chris
Chris
Benoit.
Benoit. Bro, holy shit. Talk about a match that was great. This had everything about this match was perfect, in my honest opinion.
They beat the shit out of each other. And this wasn't even like a lot of Rob flying around a lot of times. He was actually throwing heavy hits and kicks and grapples with the Canadian crippler. And fucking, I would honestly tell you, this is one of the best Rob Van Dam matches I've ever seen. And Chris brought the best out at RVD, and it fucking showed. And fucking Rob, when he missed the first 5-star frog splash, but when he goes for the second one, he turns his body in midair.
Loved it.
Like that shit looks so fucking clean, bro.
Before that, though, they both did their finishers and missed, and I thought that was a cool little thing. How like Benoit went for his
The
headbutt,
headbutt, and
and then
then fucking
RVD went
Rob
for the
missed the
frog
splash.
splash, and they both were. It was just there were so many different unique parts in this match. Like it was so good, bro. Like these two guys, I could watch this match over and over and over. One of my
Like
favorite matches.
same, bro. And you had said match of the night for it, and I would agree with you. But for me personally, there's one match that tops this one, and that's Shawn versus Triple H, or this match would have been match of the night. And maybe from a wrestling perspective, looking back at it, because this match didn't have no weapons, and let's be honest, it didn't have the story that Triple H versus Shawn Michaels did. So the fact that RVD versus Chris was that fucking good, it should say something. So I do agree with that. But you have to agree, bro, from a story perspective, the return after 4 years,
Yeah.
them being best friends, and then, of course, the weapons and everything else, that has got to be match tonight.
But there was another thing with RVD and Benoit. They both had the submission, like the submission. They were both going for the chokehold, and RVD did it on. RVD got it on Benoit, bro. And there was a part where I thought it was about to tap. And
Oh,
there
yeah,
was a time,
when he locks Chris in the crossface?
yeah, and there was a time I thought RVD was gonna tap because he had that shit on like strong, like going at his neck, like putting his head all the way up. I thought RVD was passing out.
You
I
know what?
honestly did.
one thing that would have been fun, you know how like we can look back at certain things now and say, what if they would have done this?
Yeah.
What if during Chris's world heavyweight title reign in 2004? Because at that point, I would honestly tell you RVD was more built up into the main event scene in 2002. Like, imagine if we would have got Chris versus RVD again, but this time in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the world
Ooh.
heavyweight title.
Ooh, that would have been great, bro. That would have been
Mhm.
great. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
last thing on this match, really good match. Loved it. Both guys looked awesome. Bravo.
Like, honestly, and I will say this because, like I said, it didn't have the story, the weapons, and the 4 year return that Shawn versus Triple H did. From a wrestling perspective, just pure technical wrestling, this was match of the night.
And now we get to the story. The story. Your favorite match of the entire show.
Yes,
Let you
sir.
talk about it, brother.
So Shawn Michaels had broke his back in 1998 against The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble in a casket match. And fucking, he would later have his last match against Stone Cold at WrestleMania 14 in 1999, where he dropped the title and there was no sign of Shawn ever coming back to the company. Now, I'm not going to go into Commissioner Michaels and NWO Shawn Michaels. There's a reason we don't remember that. And fucking, this was the 4 year return of Shawn Michaels. And it starts with his best friend calling him back into DX. Then Triple H hit him with the pedigree, and then put him through a car window, and it turned out to be Triple H. And Triple H tried to tell him, like, bro, you're weak. You need me. I used you to get to the top like you used me to stay at the top. So what comes around goes around. You can't take that personally. But Shawn took that personally, and he came back and he said, look, I know I can't wrestle no more, but I'm coming back not to wrestle, but to fight. And and it's kind of crazy because this was supposed to be Shawn's one and done. Triple H versus Shawn here at SummerSlam 2002 was supposed to be a one and done. And it ended up lasting 7 more years of Shawn Michaels. And fucking, all I can say is when he came back at this match, he looked like he had never left. That's how good Shawn Michaels is. And fucking, they beat the shit out of each other. Shawn diving off the top, going through the table, and then fucking Triple H slamming his back on the chair, and fucking them beating the shit out of each other. Fucking Triple H dominated a lot of this match too, but Shawn just kept coming back, coming back, and every time he did that, place would just fucking erupt every time Shawn would kick out. And Shawn had hit him with that fruit roll up, and then 1, 2, 3, and he got the fucking victory, and he goes to celebrate, and then that fucking dickheaded bastard. That dickheaded bastard hit him with a fucking sledgehammer to the spine, bro.
Man, like, honestly, like you said, the story was so great, man. Like, the dude went through the windshield. Triple H was blamed. We all know it was him. He said it wasn't him. He wants revenge. Shawn wants revenge. There was so much in this story, bro. And the match delivered, honestly. Even I didn't care about the fruit roll up. The only thing I didn't like was that Triple H kind of got up right after like getting his ass whooped, and then he just got back up and hit Shawn with the hammer.
To be fair, he did not get his ass whooped. It was a fruit roll up that got Shawn the victory, and Shawn held on to the tights.
Yeah, but he jumped off the ladder. He jumped off.
Yeah, he jumped off the ladder, but he still got him with the fruit roll up.
Yeah, no, I just wish he would have been more beaten up. Even though I know Shawn Michaels got his ass handed to himself, like it was more of him getting his ass kicked, but Triple H still got beat up in ways.
Yeah, and I would honestly say Shawn got lucky. He didn't win the match; he survived. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I did enjoy Triple H laughing at the ending when he was walking away. He was just smiling, bloodied, just completely bloodied.
Bro, that's what you call an evil piece of shit. Look, Look, 1999 to 2005, that Triple H is untouched. And, like, honestly, bro, that's the reign of terror. 1999 to 2005. That is 6 years of dominance. Like,
Yeah.
bro.
Honestly, this is just the beginning of the story. So really, I can't really say as much because it would continue as they would go to the Rumble and tie. They would go to WrestleMania against each other. They were on Raw a bunch of times.
But here's what I find beautiful about Triple H's title reign that I don't think gets spoken of enough. One, the matches we got out of it, Sean, and two, look at the stars that were made, right? Obviously, evolution. You got to mention every single one of those guys because as we go towards the end of the Triple H reign of doom, of course, it would be Batista being the guy to really take it off of him. Because, yeah, Randy had it for a minute, Chris had it for a minute, Sean had it for a minute. That doesn't really matter. It was Triple H's belt until it wasn't. And
Yeah.
Batista was that guy to take it. And fucking so he would, but he still made Batista. He still made Ric Flair in WWE. He still made Randy Orton. He still made Shawn Michaels when he came back. You know what I mean? Like, and fucking, and also 1999, he won his first title. He had to make himself. And so I think when you look at everything in that 6 years, you have to look back and honestly say that Triple H probably had one of the greatest title reigns of all time, just based off the amount of talent that got made in that 6 years and how dominant he was, of course. And
I agree.
um, it's just insane because, you know, at the time, the same way that people are like, Roman never loses, he beats everybody, that same conversation was being said about Triple H. And now here we are 20 something years later talking about it, enjoying it. And I promise you, in about 20 years from now, somebody's going to sit back and say, oh, Roman Reigns' title reign was pretty good, but this current heel, I don't like their fucking shit. They've just had the title way too long.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be said honestly, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said, man, this was such a great match, such a great story. These guys literally murdered each other. They wanted to kill each other. Two former best friends, now worst
Bitter
enemies.
rivals. Yes,
Like
sir.
it was beautiful. Like I know they hated each other, but it was such a great story, and I loved it. Like this is the greatest stuff about wrestling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But now we got
And
our final match, which is
ba-da-dum,
Brock
dum,
Lesnar
ba-dum,
taking
ba-da-dum.
on The Rock for the
If the
WWE.
smell what
The
the
Rock
rock is cooking.
for the
Dun,
undisputed
dun.
WWE Championship of the World. And he came
Yeah.
out running after Brock, bro.
Oh, bro. Yes, sir. The Brahma Bull was coming down there to whoop his fucking ass. But one thing I want to mention this fucking crowd. First, they were against Brock Lesnar and cheering Rocky. And then it would switch from let's go Lesnar, fuck you, Rocky.
Yeah, like bipolar crowds, honestly. Like there was a part though when Brock went for the F5 and The Rock reversed it into like standing up, and like
Yep.
he went for the rock bottom, and I thought that was cool. And then like bro, the last like 5 minutes, these dudes were like going at it. The match itself
Oh,
was
yeah.
great, but the last 5 minutes, bro, they were just like going at it, move
Oh,
after move, suplex, suplex. I'm like, holy shit.
they were beating the shit out of each other, and fucking even Paul Heyman, excellent in this match, bro.
Love Paul
Fucking
Heyman, bro.
Paul Heyman is the reason that Brock Lesnar walked out with the title that night, and no doubt about that. And fucking, I thought, at the time, so this was supposed to be The Rock's silent goodbye into Hollywood, and fucking. If this was the way that he originally planned on leaving and the stuff in 2003, 2004 was never supposed to happen, this was a great way to leave, honestly.
I agree, man. Because, like I said, this was a very, very good main event. Two really talented dudes. Like I said, when The Rock caught himself on his feet and did the rock bottom, and then Brock did the rock bottom, I thought, bro, I literally thought Brock was about to win in a second. He literally hit that boy with his own finisher.
That's not called the rock bottom at that point. That's called the Brock's bottom.
Yeah, true. And I thought Brock had it for a second, and then like The Rock, bro, he was looking around, bro, and he got him. Like you could hear the crowd was booing him at times, like you said. He was getting pissed, kind of. Like you could tell he was kind of getting pissed. Yeah. But yeah, like very, very good match. And the right winner won. Brock Lesnar with one of the best F5s. 1, 2, 3. New WWE Undisputed Champion of the World. Paul Heyman guy, Brock Lesnar. Boom, the boom, the boom, 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 the boom. I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. I said you got to do that right. You got to be like Brock Lesnar.
The reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion.
Brock
Lesnar.
And you know what? And bro, I kind of miss Paul Heyman being with him.
Me too,
I really
man.
do. Like,
He
you
would
know,
scream it, bro.
Right, and like, bro, it's kind of funny when Lesnar would do it himself when he first turned babyface this last time. You know how Lesnar's got a little girl voice, so like he's got this high pitch, Brock Lesnar.
Shit.
It just doesn't sound as cool.
For real, man. But I want your honest opinion, your honest rate on this pay-per-view. What'd you think about the whole show entirely?
4 out of 5. Had to tag match. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Rick versus Chris was all right, but if you take that out and the tag match out, you have a perfect show.
I agree 100%. This show goes down as one of my favorite SummerSlams. So much good stuff. Edge and Eddie going at it. Ray and Kurt Angle. Brock
Chris and RVD.
Shawn and Triple H. There was so much good stuff to this show. Like
so much talent on this show, bro.
And passion, and like just like they actually cared. They gave us cool stage sets. It was great.
Like imagine if we were 23, 25 in 2002 for a show like this.
Damn. Oh, bro, that'd be crazy to think, honestly.
Like, just imagine, like, it was in Orlando, Florida. You had bought tickets and went to this show as a 25-year-old JoJo Belvano.
I would have been so blessed. Seriously, this is a pay-per-view that whoever went should be lucky they went. Because it.
That's how I feel about WrestleMania 24 for you. You know, it's one of those goated pay-per-views we still enjoy. And you were there. You even were there with the explosion with the Undertaker's pyro.
And that was scary, man. I'm not going to lie. I just left right before that happened. Like, literally 5 minutes before that happened.
I was actually supposed to... Now, here's the crazy thing. Me and you would actually become best friends in 2013. So, damn. I keep thinking it's been 11 years of friendship between me and you. It's been 10. But I'd meet you in 2013. I'd meet you in 2013 in middle school, but you were at the arena. I was only down the street because all the scalper tickets had sold out.
Look at us now, man.
Yes, sir. And who would think, bro, 2008, we were almost in the same place at the same exact time. Then a couple years later, I'd meet you. And then about a decade later, we would be sitting here doing a podcast together.
It's still crazy to me, man. Like how much success we've gotten already from this. Like just people watching us.
I can officially say this, bro. I'm the assistant manager at my job. I've only been there. Look, I swear to God on everything I love. And I know y'all have all heard me say the story, and I'm not going to try to take too much time on this, but please hear this, man. Please hear this, and please hear these words very well. 18, dropped out of high school. 19 to 21, I could not really keep a job for more than a couple months at a time. I had no drive, no fucking ambition, no nothing. Over about a year and a half now ago at this point, a year and 2 months ago, I was working at Taco Bell and I was on vacation, going to my Aunt Tina's house, and my aunt had flew me out on a first class ticket. It's the first time I had ever flown first class. All right. And then on the way back, she flew me back in the back of the plane. And fucking, in first class, they treat you like luxury. You're surrounded by all these rich people. You get free alcohol, bigger seats, warm towels, a bigger selection of movies. You're treated like a king. But now, when I was in the back of the plane, what I didn't know is the people in the back of the plane, they can't see first class. They have a see-through curtain that kind of blocks it, and it's gray. And I kind of looked at that see-through curtain as the glass ceiling on my life. And I wondered how many times had I been about 20 feet away. And I could have just took a step if I just would have went forward and I just would have reached in and seen what it had for me. But I was too busy being afraid of failing, being cut by the glass, not believing in myself. I never took chances. And it's only in this moment I can realize I never took chances in my life. Well, while I was on that vacation, my dad had got me the job offer for AT&T. We were still doing our podcast no, we were on YouTube already. We had just really gotten into it. We're probably at like 75 subscribers at this point. And fucking I just remember my dad saying, like, do you want to leave Taco Bell and come work here? I said, absolutely. And now I started May 3rd, 2022. We started the podcast January the 5th, 2022. And fucking, so in about a year and 6 months, all right, a year and 6 months, I have became the assistant manager at my job. We're at 900 subscribers on here almost, and we made our first $100 on our t-shirt shop. And this is coming from a high school dropout that couldn't hold a job for more than 2 months, bro.
I'm proud of you, good brother.
Thank you. And also, I lost 5 pounds this week. I'm very proud about that. And also, finding Leah, as you know, JoJo has been a big help in that. So, I mean, I've got all these great things going on, man, to where I'm blessed. And it's because of God that I'm blessed. I did not grow up religious. I did not grow up going to church. I did not grow up anything like that. I grew up in a spiritual household, all right? And there was truth to every religion. And, I found God, started to about 17. I asked my mom to get us all baptized because when we first moved up here, this one church would be my way home, if you will. And, so, we ended up getting baptized, but I still struggled with it, man. It's not like you just get a magic, ta-da, God makes your life better. It's not like how that works. You actually got to work on it every day. And it hasn't been to this last year and 6 months, brother, being honest with you. I've seen more signs of the end time. I've seen more of God's love and faith on my life, and I've seen more success on my life in this last year and 6 months. And the things God will do for you is fucking fantastic. And it's stuff that you could never even imagine. And like I said, this is just where we're getting started. This ain't even where we're going to go.
Yeah, man, like it's still crazy to me. Like this is just the beginning.
And, and it's kind of crazy, JoJo, because be honest with you, we're almost at 900. I didn't even see us getting past 200.
Me either, to be honest. But, good things happen to the good people, and we're the good people.
Exactly. Just remember, nothing you did is on your own. You have a God that gave you a gift that he put inside you. He's just shown you the way to use that gift. So remember that it is the gift that you have been given, but you also had to put in the work to do it. You had to use that gift. And I think as long as you remember those two things and you put God at the centerfold of everything you do, I promise you, More successes to come.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Amen. And let's see. Asha Dookie. Dot dot. Hey brothers, what's going
What's
on,
up,
brother? How
Jordan?
you doing? And I love SummerSlam 2002, the best SummerSlams. Everything was so epic. I was 13 years old going to middle school.
Damn.
Bro, I was 13 when I met JoJo and I was going to middle school and Shield was super big at that time.
Yeah, see, at least we had the Shield. We had the Wyatt family before it all went to shit.
Same. Actually, wait, no, I met you the year before in 5th grade. So I have known you for 11 years because I was fucking 12 years old. I had just moved out to Kissimmee.
Yeah. Hell if
Shit.
I remember.
God damn, we're getting old, JoJo.
My bad.
You're all good. And congratulations to you and JoJo. God is a miracle. Everything good comes from God's blessings. Absolutely. Absolutely. Amen. And happy Sunday.
Yes, sir, Jordan. Hope you're doing good, brother.
Chris Benoit versus RVD was a classic match.
Such a good match. Such a good match.
Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle was great.
Such a good match. What happened to you, brother? Oh,
I have no idea. Brock Lesnar versus The Rock was super epic. Yes,
what the Rock is
cooking.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's happening again.
Be it ever. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels was so epic. Yes, sir.
Yes, love that match. Love the story.
And how's everything going with you, bros? I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
How about you guys?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad you're doing good, JoJo. How are you doing, Jordan? And happy belated birthday to the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Happy birthday, HB Chisel. I'm just a sexy Kurt. Sexy Kurt.
I'll make your ankle hurt.
Ankle hurt.
And you see fucking Kurt Angle staring at her tits
like he was, bro. He was like
but
Dexter Loomis in her.
It was kind of funny how she sounded crazy at first. She was like, oh, Kurt.
Oh shit, man. But do you think Raw is gonna be good tomorrow, man?
Hell no.
I hope it is, but honestly, I'm not putting any faith into it because the last 2 weeks it's been crap, and I expect tomorrow to be crap.
You're better off probably going like that than watching the show.
I don't know, man. SummerSlam.
Can I tell you what's going to happen tomorrow?
What?
The same shit that happened last week and the same shit that happened before that.
They need to do something to get me excited for SummerSlam because besides a few things, I'm not that excited.
Oh, I agree, brother. I agree. And what's the next comment?
Edge versus Eddie Guerrero was great too. Yes, man, that was a great match as well. Very good. Edge and Guerrero killed it, bro.
If it wasn't for Shawn and Triple H and Chris and RVD, that would have been match of the night.
I agree. I'm blessed. God is good. Woo! Yes, sir.
Woo!
Man. Amen. Glad you're good, brother. I saw Shawn Michaels 3 times. Woo! I saw him at WrestleMania when he beat Ric Flair, which is one of the saddest moments in history.
You want to know something sad, JoJo?
What's up?
I have never gotten to see any of my favorites compete. Chris Benoit never will have a chance. Shawn Michaels will never have the chance. And Jeff Hardy, he's at the end of his career, so I don't have too much longer on that one, actually.
I got to see Jeff Hardy wrestle at No, actually, I didn't get to see him wrestle. I got to see Matt Hardy return when he came back at WrestleMania and did the Twist of Fate to MVP.
Oh, that what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 24.
The ladder match.
Yep. That's just crazy, bro.
JoJo, you were the man. Seeing Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania Lifetime. Yeah, man, that was such a legendary match. All the grown men were crying in the stands.
Bro,
a young 8-year-old me.
I was about to say, us as kids were crying.
It was sad, bro. Charlotte Flair was actually ringside. I was there with her. And Sammy and KO, both of them were there too.
And now think, a couple years later, they would all be on your TV.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
And that's good. Y'all are blessed. You too, brother. You too. And whoa, JoJo, the man, seeing Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania Lifetime. Yes, sir.
Good match, to be honest. One of my favorites.
Same, bro. That's one of my favorite WrestleMania matches of all time. With that, I'm sorry, I love you. Like,
it was so touching, man. So touching.
Absolutely. And I saw Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Luke Harper, The Rock, Kurt Angle, Undertaker, Deadman, and Motorcycle, just everybody. That's yeah.
Awesome, man. Hell yeah. I'm glad you got to see all of them.
Like, bro, honestly, remember that stuff. Remember that stuff and hold on to it because, like I said, I've never been to a televised event or a pay-per-view. I've only been to one live event in 2012. I did get to see John Cena versus Kane in a tables match, and CM Punk also wrestled on that show. Kofi was in a tag match. I remember Kelly Kelly and Eve Torres was there. It was like right before the Shield debuted.
That was a good time. At least you got to see CM Punk.
That's true.
But how about the tag team championship belts at SummerSlam 2002 was so epic. No, that was lame.
That was I skipped it. I'm just gonna say that I skipped it.
I watched it. It was not good.
Like what? Like all right, bro. You watched it. You got to talk about it because I skipped it, brother.
There was nothing good into it, bro. Like the only people like, Christian and Lance Storm won. I didn't care for this match. A passable match. It didn't belong. Yeah.
Oh shit, bro.
Feel the hit.
Oh, I am the hit. I am the weed, and you want to smoke me?
Yeah.
I am pressure as fuck. There is no way you can take me. Oh shit. And how about the tag team? Oh, Brandon, you got to go. You'll love it, bro. I want to. I really want to. And Brock Lesnar was on fire in 2002.
Yes, sir. The beast. The Brock youngster.
2004 to 2002 to 2004, Brock Lesnar is my favorite.
Yeah, and then after that he left and then came back as a beast and then went down the drain and then came good again and then went to shit and then, yeah.
Well, see, 2012, Brock Lesnar still wrestled. And then all they did was bury him. And then in 2014, he beat The Undertaker, and then he became the Beast Brock Lesnar.
How does he return and then lose to John Cena?
And then Triple H.
Like, that's stupid, bro. That's bad booking. He should have been destroying everyone.
Vince wanted to punish him for what he had did and showed him that nobody's bigger than the WWE. Like, literally, go back. You can go back and listen to the interview. That was the reason.
This company, man. But, yeah, you take that final big hit, good brother. Make sure you Make sure you guys smash that like button. You don't want to be a dummy. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Smash that like button or you're a dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And it seems today that all you see
violence in movies and sex
on TV. And, oh, shit. Man, I woke up talking about a different show. Brock Lesnar was great in the 2010s wrestling. He broke Undertaker's WrestleMania winning streak. Oh, bro. Yes, he destroyed John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. Bro,
you deserve it.
He made John Cena look like a bitch.
He deserved it. Gave him his own medicine.
Oh, wait, you're telling me that you're John Cena? You remember your Superman growing up?
Yeah, the man that I was happy got his ass whooped in 15 minutes.
Did you see what happened? Suplex. after
after
suplex.
suplex, after suplex, after suplex. F5. Dude, he almost beat him in seconds. He walked right into an F5 and almost lost.
Yep. And what I think John Cena got one hit in on that match.
Yeah, and then won. He hit him with the freaking brass knuckles and then FU'd him through the freaking steel steps and won.
And honestly, one of my favorite ones because Chris Jericho thought it was a shoot. He wanted to beat Lesnar's ass. Orton versus Lesnar SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was another crazy one that I was like, damn.
So none of the guys and girls were told in the back about what Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar were gonna do, and fucking it looked brutal as shit. I even watch it back; it looks brutal. And
he busted him open, bro.
But it turns out that was a work shoot, and Chris didn't know about it. He, little ass Chris Jericho still got in Brock Lesnar's face and was trying to whip his ass for what he did to Randy.
I can see and respect him why he did that. He at least stood up to him.
Oh, absolutely. You got to admit, Chris Jericho would have got his ass whooped, but he's got a pair of balls.
He would have.
Oh, yeah, but he's got a pair of balls for doing that.
He does.
Mm-hmm. And he destroyed Randy Orton at 20. Yep, that's the one. That's the one, the 2016 SummerSlam.
TKO'd his ass, knocked him the fuck out.
Fuck out. And I missed the 20. Oh my God, 2016.
I was there when he debuted, man. I'll never forget that.
I said, what? God, I keep forgetting this. You were there at the Royal Rumble 2016
when he debuted, and everyone's like, "Who?" And I'm like, "What?" And it was AJ because it said, "I am
phenomenal."
And that place popped when they seen Phenomenal.
I bet when you seen Phenomenal, you knew who it was.
I cried, bro. I've always followed AJ's career, bro. I was at Destination X where he took on Christopher Daniels and he did like the what's his finishing move? The
Styles Clash or
Styles Clash. He did it right off a stage onto a table and I popped.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
Like such a good moment.
And when I think back to the early TNA days, like one thing I will say for sure is TNA got the best out of Jeff Hardy. If you go back to 2004, 2005 TNA, that was some of Jeff's best shit. That was the charismatic Enigma at his best.
I agree.
And Brock Lesnar versus Triple H in a steel cage match was good.
It was, man. I enjoyed it, but wrong winner. It should have been Brock Lesnar. Or no, he did win.
Did he?
Because he lost at WrestleMania, and then he won at the Extreme Rules steel cage. So he won.
Yeah, he should have won at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The Extreme Rules loss, it was John Cena he should have beat. Which his first pay-per-view back, by the way.
That was a fail that you make him lose.
Yep.
But I'm going to read the last comment, good brother. Yes, Chris Jericho checked Brock Lesnar in the backstage. I believe Brock Lesnar wasn't diss Randy Orton at all with TKO. Yeah, like I said, I respect Jericho for doing that. Even though he didn't know, he at least went up to the big dude.
Yeah, but he would have got his ass whipped, bro.
Yeah, I know he would have, but at least he had some balls.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And wow, JoJo, you saw AJ Styles being in WWE at the 2016 Royal Rumble. You're the man.
I marked out for it, bro. I seriously did. I was so happy and blessed to see the phenomenal AJ
Styles. And I think there was a certain fan the night after WrestleMania 33 that started a certain fuck you Roman fan.
Yeah, I started it right when we started the show off, bro, because there was so many chants going. There was "You suck," "Fuck you Roman." They took it off Peacock. There was a lot of chants that I can't really say that it was like "You suck dick," "You suck dick."
Like, bro, so what? Like, how did your dad feel about you saying "fuck you Roman"?
Pissed. He was pissed. He was looking at me. He was like, "Stay quiet. Don't say that." And then other people started saying it worst. And I'm like, "You see?" And then I started going with them. And I'm like, "Fuck you, Roman." And it started getting loud. We started beach ball mania, bro. We threw beach balls around. It was a great time. Beach ball mania. That's what Chris Jericho said that night.
Yeah, wait, bro, that's just so fucking crazy.
He's like, "Beach ball mania is running wild," and the crowd popped loud.
Everybody loved those fucking beach balls, and then like Cesaro fucking ripped one in half.
Popped one up, bro. I loved it. It was great. It was great.
Oh, absolutely, bro, absolutely. But this will be last hit of the night. So here we go. Thank you, everybody who watched. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You guys have been fucking awesome. We will be back on tomorrow following Monday Night Raw. Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night. Bang.
Brock Lesnar was lazy, though, after he came back in WWE. 2018, Brock Lesnar was very lazy. He wasn't lazy. He just didn't care, which I guess he was lazy, but he didn't really have to in a way. Like Brandon has said, he's done everything.
Exactly.
He could have been a little bit more, like, helping people.
You got to remember, he came back to WWE because he left UFC after getting his ass kicked twice and nearly dying from diverticulitis. So fucking Brock Lesnar is not going to come and wrestle a 10-star match. It's just not going to happen.
I agree. It's funny now. WWE fans love Roman Reigns. Bro, all he really needed was the heel turn.
I agree. Like sometimes I still think Roman should have been the guy to break up the Shield.
Yeah, it would have been a different moment, bro. But I'm glad Seth did it too. He was a perfect heel.
Oh, I agree. But you know, I don't know, man. I feel like Roman as a baby face was just
it would have been crazy if he.
The worst part about that booking is, okay, so Roman kept the Shield gear, the Shield music, and all that. But here's my only problem with it. When the Shield broke up, he never fought for the Shield. Dean Ambrose did. Roman Reigns went straight to a fatal four-way for the WWE title.
So he got super pushed already.
Right. So why did he keep the Shield music and the Shield gear when he wasn't even fighting for the Shield after they broke up?
Stupid, man. Really stupid booking.
Now, had they started Roman versus Seth off, that I think would have been a lot better. And I think that would have got him a lot more over as a babyface. But instead, they had to rush it and push him straight to the title.
And then, yeah, we know where that went.
And I do not like Finn Balor as a heel. And I do like Finn Balor as a heel, not as the face. Yeah, face Finn Balor was just a mid-carder.
He was smiling all the time.
Oh, Bray, you look like you just did a line of dope.
That's Finn Balor then, because he would smiley. He was the ordinary, original Smiley McGee before Raquel is. That's him back in the day, bro. He was always smiling.
Damn.
You didn't see it?
Oh, no, I did. I'm just really high.
Shit.
Yeah, so please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You guys have been fucking awesome.
Press that like button.
Good night, everybody. Because if you don't, you're a dummy.
Yeah.
All right, good night.